Disappointed, shocked, embarrassed, all of the above, man. I'm not celebrating that. Look, obviously it's good to win, but let's break this down. The context of that game. This is Rochdale. What are they? I think they're 17th in League One. And the worst thing is that we actually played an even stronger team than I thought we would have. It wasn't even as weak a team as against Astana. I can't even pick out positives. The only positive you could say is we went through to the next round eventually, and Mason Greenwood showed what he can do. Other than that, abysmal. Pogba, not at the races. Looked completely rusty, should have scored. Lingard, non-existent, didn't even know he was on the pitch. Pereira, quite wasteful at times, I thought. Fred, I thought, tried. I'm actually lost for words, and normally what I keep saying when we have these type of performances is, what do you expect? I'm expecting this, I'm not surprised. Even I was slightly surprised at that. We had the chances in the first half again, which is kind of similar to Astana, and they weren't gilt-edged chance, but Pogba has to score for me. Rojo has a diving header as well. Greenwood was through as well and produced a save from the keeper. So Pogba was probably the best chance out of that first half. And you're looking at it like second half, come and put these to the sword. We need to create more. And it was just passive. It looked like the players just didn't know what they were doing. It was like they can't break teams down. That I'm not surprised at, because we know it. But look, you guys know my thoughts on Ollie in terms of not sacking him. This whole Ollie out thing, I'm not in that. But when you see that we can't break teams down as bad as Rochdale, and I feel like I'm doing a discredit by saying bad teams like Rochdale, because look how they've come here and just performed. But let's not get it twisted. They should be coming here and getting turned over. When you see us perform so bad against these dead teams like Astana, like Rochdale, you have to look at Ollie. You do, and that's where I'm still waiting for him to convince me. But the difference is I'm still willing to give him time, if you get what I'm saying. So the whole Ollie out thing, I don't want to keep talking about. I don't want to keep entertaining that. People have their opinions, and that's fine. But I don't think it's going to help us. But to have Rochdale come here and play like that, let's not get twisted as well, yeah? Rochdale had the best chance of the game. Wan-Bissaka, I don't know how he's scooped that over the bar. The guy in the fan cam said he doesn't rate Wan-Bissaka. And look, going forward, I am seeing a few similarities in his game in terms of sometimes not beating the first man, sometimes getting to the edge of the box and just cutting back and playing safe, not using his left foot. There's area for develop, but going backwards, look, I said if we go on and win this game from when Wan-Bissaka get off the line, I would have given him man of the match. I would have, just for that alone, because I believe with how shot we are for confidence, if that goes in at that time, it would have been a mess, and I don't think we would have come back. I really don't think we would have come back. So for me, I'm just so shocked. Like, at the fan cams, I was like, I don't even know what to ask people. And do you know what? Yeah, I do feel a bit silly kind of saying I still believe in Ollie, I still back him. But that's my gut feeling. I just feel like if he gets to last his job, hopefully, we have to give him more in the transfer window. He's got to be back. The owners have to get behind him and do what they're saying about investing in this squad and do it heavily in transfer windows, because we can't be waiting around. But I'm fearful that Ollie's not going to get the time, because if this form keeps continuing, and I'm talking like we lost, because I'm not going to lie, it feels like we're not through to the next round. If this keeps continuing, the pressure will mount, and where I've said I don't think he'll get sacked and stuff, boy, I don't know what will happen if we keep playing like this, man. And you know what? That Chelsea draw, halfway through the fan cam, someone said we drew Chelsea away. I'm glad because we're getting an easy ride, getting shit teams at home, getting drawn against the easy teams. We deserve to play one of the big boys away from home and be in for a real game. We deserve it. Why should we deserve to play flipping Reading at home? I don't even know if they're still in it, but why do we deserve to play a championship team or another League One team? Why do we deserve it? We don't. Look at that. We deserve going to a big team away from home and being under cosh and having to fight and try and salvage something and show something and stand up and be counted. I'm glad we got Chelsea away. It is going to be a difficult game, but I'm glad. Going into the Arsenal game, look, I don't want to spoil it. There's some stuff coming out of Sky Sports. I've predicted a draw. I'm not going to say it now because I know when everyone sees it, they're going to be like, you said we're going to be a draw. I'm not confident at all now. That game there has kind of sealed or kind of made me do a U-turn. I thought we could nick a draw against Arsenal. Seeing that with some of our senior players in there, Wan-Bissaka, Pogba, Lingard, whatever you make of him, he's part of the senior squad. Ollie certainly thinks he is. Pereira's a regular. That's 4 players. I'm looking at that and I'm like, this is embarrassing. If Arsenal come here in any sort of mood, the only way that the pressure's on them, because if they can't beat us in this type of form, then they don't deserve top 4 themselves, you know? So it's going to be a hell of a slog. It's going to be a hell of a game against Arsenal. I'm not looking forward to it. I really am not. I'm deflated in the penalty shootouts. I just stood there. When we scored, I didn't celebrate. When Romero saved one or hit the post, whatever happened, I didn't celebrate. Fair play to Daniel James stepping up, being 5th, scoring his penalty. Fair play to Mason Greenwood. I ain't going to pick out a few positives because it's not fair to not give props to players, even though it was against Rochdale. You still got to pick out the little glimmers of light. Mason Greenwood, he's just proven. It's the only one thing that is getting proved, which is Ollie backing him, and he's scoring goals. It's just that Ollie needs to start picking him in the Premier League. It's as simple as that. Martial wasn't even on the bench today, and I think it will be a bit much to rush him into Arsenal. For me, Mason Greenwood starts even if Martial's fit. Mason Greenwood starts on the right for me, Daniel James on the left. If Martial's not going to be fit to start that game, which I probably think it will come too early for him, Greenwood's got to play up front. He's our only recognised striker, but the guy's scoring goals. You can see what he does. He has got that Van Persie-esque about him. Chopping left, chopping right, both feet. Usually hits the target. Put it on a plate for Pogba. Pogba got a score. Very disappointed in Pogba tonight. He was shocking. Not just to not score that chance that he had as a sitter, but to not step up and take a penalty. That showed me, I don't know if his heart was really in it tonight. You know, why is he not taking a penalty? Tuanzebe being given the captaincy ahead of him. On Tuanzebe, I thought he played very well. But it's very hard to keep saying it because it's against Rochdale. But there were a couple of things that Tuanzebe did do to give me some food for thought. I said in the podcast with Mark that I want to see Tuanzebe given chances in these type of games and him come out and play well and show me evidence to make me start thinking maybe he should partner Maguire, etc., etc. But he's given a very good account of himself, so that's my bright spot. Fred, you know what? Some people got onto Fred today. I thought he tried to pass forward wherever he could. I thought he tried to make something happen, and I like that over Matic. I really do. But that team selection was good in patches, but it did smell a little bit of Matic to come back into the team. Obviously, McTominay will come back into the team. Hopefully, Matic doesn't start against Arsenal. I don't know, man. I don't know, but that game, there was people saying Ollie out again today. If we don't get a result against Arsenal, not even if we just don't win, if we just draw, I can just see it getting more and more toxic. And I hope for Ollie's sake that we do surprisingly get a win, because I'm not predicting it, but I do. I want us to win every game, of course. I'm sure all you do at home, but it's getting peak. It's getting difficult. It's getting tough. And I feel, yes, I'm backing Ollie. But the more I see this kind of form, I feel like even I'll have a decision to make if this is to carry on for a sustained period of time. But for now, I'm not jumping on that bandwagon. I don't like it. I think that we should still stick with him. I don't think we'll be any better off for sacking him tomorrow. I really do not. I think we got to trust in the process of some sort. I know it's difficult to see right now, and Ollie is tactically, he's not looking good right now. But for me, I'm still giving him the time to show me different. Roll on to Arsenal, where, boy, anything can happen. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.